Hello everyone, this is Greyshot 117 here, bringing you another COH2 replay, brought to you by Skip Now and Hold Your Peace. Have you done so? Have you skipped? Have you? Well, I hope you have skipped by now, because otherwise I'm going to say it. It's, Cheentree? Cheentree. Sure, I think. Oh, look what positivity we have over here. Double check their ranks real quick. Interesting. Not exactly a wow, never mind. Chuck, holy mackerel. Alright, looks like Axis have a small advantage. But it's a 2v2 on Minced Pocket. If you want to submit your own replay like the guys here did, you can do so via my YouTube channel. Just go to my Gmail or my Facebook, submit it, and I'll take a look at it. Also, let's get right to it, shall we? So we have Uranium, Trek, Cheentree, or Cheentree and Chuck. Oh boy, that won't get confusing whatsoever. In this 2v2 match. And the nice thing about this match, which I haven't actually seen this map in a while, is actually the structure, because you have this nice wide open area. You got a little bit more close quarters combat over here with all sorts of different routes. On the left hand side, you have a little bit more urban environment, a small, nice little village over here. And they also added, oh, well, I like how they're like, yeah, maybe we made this a little too clustered, so let's add some more entrances. So they actually changed the map, which is nice. That again, a developer goes back and says, hey, we fucked up on this map, we're gonna change it and alter it. Oh man, only if other big shooters did that. What's that big shooter that had a giant issue with a map for quite some time? Something Duty, I forget the name of it. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Anyways, it still looks like the OKW are making a nice push over here. Taking mid. Doing a nice job. And also left. And also resource-wise, they are slow. They should be able to gain an advantage. I like how the allies tried to capture this point. That's what I mean. Like, they're doing good because they actually halted the ally advance. Usually the allied player will try to push on one end. And actually, the fact they got cut off here is a big detriment, because that's going to unfortunately cause some time for them to re-expand, while the Axis will be like, oh, cool, all of our troops here, take the territory as fast as possible and gain that early resource advantage. Meanwhile, nice MG attempt, but alas, there's an issue. Flanking maneuver caused by this group. Now, Trek went Airborne Company, which actually pretty damn good. Like P-47s, could be countered by AA, but also some nice heavier infantry, and also nice to be able to drop in some help on the front very quickly. Allied charge, looks like that Kubel may be fucked, just by the amount of forces everywhere firing at it. Run, little Kubel, run! Let's see, Uranium Phoenix got some heavier infantry along with some artillery. Cervic Strike's pretty damn good. Why the hell is this on the front lines? Hans, I think we went the wrong way, Hans. We went the wrong way! Back up, Hans! I like how just the imagine, like, he's being patronized as that Kubel blows up, like, I think you may be on to something. I think you may. Just point that out. So, hey, they're pulling back. Well, these guys try to take mid. And I am assuming this guy's going to put a medical down, because if Chuck puts the medical down, that'll help Cheentree with reinforcing mid and also helping out. But Cheentree is actually doing a pretty damn good job. Though, that being said, he has a no cover right here, which is a big issue. Because, again, it's easier to kill an MG with no cover than, you know, medium or heavy cover. He might be trying to get in that building, but I wonder if these guys have grenades or Molotov cocktails. Because, oh, they do. So if they get close enough with one of those, such as sacrificing the American forces, they can get close. They can throw a Molotov cocktail and GG that MG. Or they can get some guys in the building, open fire. We'll see how things go. If he unlocks the grenade ability, he could also cause some heavy damage to that. And it looks like he's unlocking it, so he's doing exactly that. Looks like the conscript squad just bugged out of there, which... not a bad idea. You're not going to win that engagement? Cool, go find another. Nice flanking maneuver with the conscripts on these terms, however. And the Axis are at a disadvantage and have to do a full retreat. Though, not all bad, because you may be saying, Greyshot, they're in full retreat. What? They just lost that engagement. True, but actually the Axis are still winning. And you can say, Greyshot, how is that possible? Yeah, they forgot to capture the territory. And because they don't have this territory captured, they're not getting any resources. So, yeah, it's a big fuck up on their end. Hopefully, things go a little better for them. Just a little bit. Anyway, it looks like Germans are bringing in some mortars to help clear, you know, the infantry. And actually, surprisingly, neither the Soviet player... Oh, wait. Or the American player, who just got mortars, like, oh, shoot, I think we need to bring those out. But it's funny because, again, you kind of want these mortars out more so than these. I know these can be powerful at very close range, but that close range is the big... that big asterisk, the hidden term in the terms and agreements that you hit accept to that you don't know about. But let's be honest, you actually read the terms and conditions. No, it's like, no. Also love how he got the MG close enough to be hit by the goddamn mortar. This thing probably threw the grenade, but it did a little bit to the building, a little bit to the MG, didn't really kill anything. Really surprised this MG isn't killing it, but I'm assuming just fog of war. Yeah, you can see actually he has a really good position, just barely hidden behind those crates. Meanwhile, it looks like the Allies have finally captured some territory, which is good for them. Very good. Again, they can finally get some resources and kind of go toe-to-toe with the Axis. But that being said, the Axis are capturing this territory. They need to capture this if they want to be on an even playing ground. Let's see. Trek, what do you got going for yourself? You have no upgrades. I'm actually kind of surprised on that front. I mean, to be fair, you were completely down fuel and resources for quite some time, but I figured he would have gotten or tried to push for something right about now. Uranium, I'm assuming he's about to get a heavy mortar. There he goes. I knew he was going to get that heavy mortar. Again, this 120, very powerful, very deadly against enemy forces. Unfortunately, the MG had to pull back because, again, they were going to murder it. Yeah, that building got brought down, but hey, at least he's still alive, right? Luckily, the enemy mortar missed and is still missing, while the the Axis mortar seems to be actually hitting the target. Nope. 3 times. 3 mortar hits it took to actually hit this guy. And the 4th one kills him. Oh, damn it. Conscripts go around, knock out that mortar, and you have the heavy mortar coming in. American infantry, again, you got some fully equipped conscripts, at least with Molotov cocktails and AT grenades. The Americans have grenades, and I'm actually surprised he doesn't go for the weapon rack. I mean, again, I'm assuming he'll go a little bit later, because right now he's using a lot of his munitions on grenades. But actually still kind of surprised you don't want to at least get a bar right around now. Because you are getting a decent amount of munitions, and as long as you don't throw a grenade, you should be able to upgrade your men. Especially versing non-equipped grenadiers or Volk squads, that bar can make a huge difference. But right now, your infantry are winning on most fronts and pushing back the infantry. Nice job stealing that MG. Trek, and it looks like you should be able to capture a majority of the map. Though the medical is going to be a big hassle because it is reinforcing guys in mid and should allow them to counterattack quicker than the Allies, because the Allies don't have a forward station out or a forward base of any type. I did see that they're going to put down a munitions cache over here, but they canceled that. I'm assuming they were just want to get more infantry. Right now, things are about even. Neither side has a huge advantage over the other, except for resources, by army skill, I should probably say. Now, Chain Tree is going close air support. I like this. I truly do. This doctrine's great for calling in strikes that can do a lot of damage very quickly against an enemy that may not even know the strike's coming in. I'm looking at the AT strafe, which is very, very effective at killing bases, armor, you name it. As long as it's not infantry, this strafe will do very well against immobile targets, or targets that are not moving very fast. The AT strafe's great for large blobs. Again, Stuka Bomb, great for decaps, and also for hitting very valuable targets, such as forward points and large clusters. Recon's always great, and calling in supply drop, while not maybe effective on this map, is still effective for just being helpful for your allies, especially if you're trying to rush for heavier armor. Now, again, comparatively, against these two, this one's very munitions heavy and very support heavy. It's not going to cause your infantry to be able to push, nor is it going to upgrade them to some, have some great strength. Like G43 rifles really do help the grenadiers out. This isn't. This is a lot of specials, so you have to be very good with calling in specials. Oh my god, that poor MG. And that's how this... And there goes the MG. Good job, conscripts. Although, with that upgrade, and again, the reason why I said G43s, how about the Terminators, aka any Soviet unit with PPSHs? Oh boy, they turn into quite annoying suckers to kill. But luckily, the conscripts have low defense anyway, and are very easy to kill. So even though, again, they have PPSHs, he fucked up by pushing so much with such weak infantry. Next time, charge with some better guys, and he'll probably push a lot farther. As we can see, Chuck probably needs a little bit of time right now, because he's under too much fire and losing a lot of men very quickly. We do have a sniper, which I think may be a bad move. Not saying a sniper is a bad move in general, but when you have a sniper, I typically associate snipers with killing British or American. When you're versing a predominantly Soviet heavy force, along with all those conscripts, even the riflemen, you could say, okay, they're slightly more effective. I prefer them using 4-man squads, simply because of the fact that it takes a while for the sniper to cut through stuff. Especially with this stuff, I know that he had very few infantry units in that, but when you have 6 men, it can take a while for them to burn through all the infantry, compared to, let's say, the Germans that have basically 4 to 5-man squads. So it does a lot more against that squad. Again, my stance on it. We'll see how well this G43 rifle is. Or it's not G43. What is G? It is a sniper. But how long this sniper stands against the enemy. So anyway, we have a... Wow, nice. Okay, first armor of the game. Nice. I like this to it. Nice little tank that's good at just causing hell for enemy armor, but still pretty damn potent versus enemy infantry, though the Panzerfaust of the German infantry is quite annoying for any light armored vehicle on the Allied team, and as you can see, hurt its engine. But it looks like the American player does not care. He's still charging in and has a ton of infantry to back it up, so that thing will not go in unsupported. Actually, the Soviet player is bringing in a ton of troops to help support that and help them hold mid. Right now, the Axis are winning. Why? Points. They currently have both points. It's going to take some time for them to get the lead back after the Allies had it for quite some time, but they have the majority. We'll see how long we'll see how long they can hold that against this overwhelming firepower. Comparatively to what, 2 Volk squads and a Verkehrwerfer, we have 1 support coming out, with Chintry having basically all the infantry, the main fighting force for the Germans, and he's kind of scatterbrained right now, just trying to hold both of them back. I get he's trying to take this point, but at this time, I would say the Allies have this in control. I would actually start pushing left because you need that munitions. Though, as you can see, there is a barbed wire here, so that's something you have to deal with. So you have to come through this area, which might be difficult with Terminators lying in wait. So neither side is open, but out of the options, the left one seems a better choice than the right. It's like, what would you rather fight? A wrestler or Mike Tyson? Now, when you say that, it's like, well, they're both going to kill me. But if I said the wrestler, it turns out to be GTA, you'll be like, oh, okay, never mind, I can fight that. Well, you just know the enemy's over here. You know Mike Tyson's over here. So it's like, I'll take my risk with whatever guy who has the surname wrestler over there. And that seems to be exactly what the Germans are going to do. They're going to go for that unknown variant and hope, or better, more modern terms, hope when the loot box opens, they get a winner and not, well, something terrible. Oh boy, I feel sorry if you got Battlefront, by the way. The amount of stuff coming out of that game recently has just been terrible. Also, just the progression system's fucked up in that game so much. If you are enjoying it, congratulations, but yeah. In any case, off my ramblings and back to the game, we have an MG, a AT gun, and a heavy mortar. So the Soviets have that middle down pretty damn well. Yeah, you could say, oh, Greyshot's an MG34. It's still a goddamn MG, and it'll still suppress you, especially when you're medium fire. Nice job with the sniper, at least keeping up fire, and you are getting a lot of kills with it. But that MG is still like, oh, we lost 1 guy. Okay, cool. Mortar teams open fire. Oh, wow. Yeah, that heavy mortar did its job. It's like, oh, there's a sniper there? Okay, we got this. Meanwhile, Allies are calling in paratroopers, which is not something the Germans really need right now. And yes, they can see that plane overhead, so they kind of know, oh, this is bad. This is very, very bad. So why is it bad? Well, very simple. Paratrooper, oh shoot, we actually lost 2 squads in the brush, or 2 infantrymen. So it's not too bad. Is he trying to lay a demo? A timed explosive? Interesting. Let's see how much that does. I'm actually curious how much that explosion will do. That's actually pretty potent. Unfortunately, that squad lost a few more men, and they probably won't be able to place another. But for 45 munitions, that's not bad. Yeah, you're going to want to run. We have a Stuka. Okay, this might actually be helpful, because we can see here the allies have a ton of infantry. If the Stuka can actually hit the target, and I say that in quotations, so currently I'm moving my fingers. If actually hit the target, then yes, it'll be potent. But right now, I am curious. This guy's not exactly shown that he's a amazing player, even though that, once again, I think, yeah, he was the higher ranked out of all of them. But if he can actually hit the target, if he can get that kill, then start ranking him up, he can start doing some serious damage to the Axis. Or the allies. And speaking of, actually, death to the allies, there goes the Stuart. And a nice Panzerfaust pack combo. So, looks like, yeah, so Chinery did get a pack. Smart move. We know the allies have a majority of the map. You know they're getting a ton of fuel. They could have all fuel points down right now, even though right now we can see that they're both equal. They still have a ton of munitions coming in. You expect the expect worst case scenario, which in my mind would be a Sherman. Maybe it's, again, a T-34-85, but we kind of know what doctrine you want with a heavy mortar. So if I'm running through like, essentially all the commanders in my head, I'm like, alright, there shouldn't be anything like that. Yeah, it's like, there's not a commander that has PPSHs, a T-34-85, and heavy mortars. Now, as far as I recall, oh god, now I'm doubting myself. But speaking of which, yeah, so right now, Axis not doing too bad. They're grabbing a bunch of fuel right now, most likely to kind of make up for the fact they're down. But that said, that's using Chintry's manpower. That's a lot of manpower to get, what, 50 fuel per drop? I think it's 50 fuel. Let's see. Yeah, 50 fuel. That's still helpful. That's a lot of fuel inbound. And Chintry might be trying to rush up for either a Panzer IV or, I'm assuming... Yeah, he doesn't have Battle Phase 3, and he built the Spore Corps, so I'm assuming he's going to build a Panzer IV. The reason is, the Stug, they have more than enough AT. The Ostwind, they have a lot of infantry. I could see this being effective, but just in case they get out armor, I would have a Panzer IV. What the hell? Great. Thank you. Oh, boy. Speaking of armor, oh, T-34, I was right. So, yeah, the Allies have a T-34 and a Major really damn close to the front line. I'm actually kind of curious why they have it so damn close. This Stuka could easily hit that. Maybe, okay, but I would say maybe they want to rank it up, but it's set. So, yeah. Also, you can see right now the Allies have a way larger army by far compared to the Axis. The Axis army, what, upper 40s, while the Allies are in the upper 60s. That may not sound like a huge difference, but overall, yeah, that's pretty damn major. To put in comparison, again, just for retrospect, that would essentially be having one army fighting one army, one army fighting one army, and then there's a third army equal size to the two armies just, you know, coming in on the side. Makes a difference. That being said, there have been times where larger armies have been defeated by smaller armies. For example, the Axis did that pretty damn well during the war until they literally just ran out of resources during the resource war that happened during the war. Yeah. Problem with all the Axis powers, not a lot of resource intake. So long-term war, not a good option, which kind of showed. Although, excellent Stuka knocked out the Maxim, hurt the T-34 pretty badly. Look at that, it's almost half health gone. Conscripts in full retreat, so I see this entire right flank open. Nice job actually with the bunker over here. I forgot to mention that. Been kind of talking when I was over it, but yeah, about something else. But nice covering to make sure that you don't get flanked. You can actually cover yourself. That pushed back the conscripts really well. Volk squad's moving up, try to take out the guy. I know he's going to try to reman it, but he probably would have been better off just not doing that. I get the MG. It's like, oh, here's an MG now. Well, okay, if this guy had a incendiary grenade on it, that position, which he could have threw before he got suppressed, he could have easily killed it. But, and that said, the Spore comes literally about to kill it, so he's going to need to retreat that. Once again, Chuck, I'm kind of just like curious what's your goals here. Now, you did go fortification, which is interesting, but unfortunately the artillery is counteracted by Phoenix's artillery, so I think Phoenix should be fine against this. The problem is that Stuka Bomb could knock out the artillery, but then I could say a similar, well, no, I can't really say that. Oh, no, I will say that. Yeah, paratroopers can come in and knock it out if it wanted to from behind as well. Man, your major's almost at 1. You could try to go in. My question is, where's all your infantry, Trek? Like, you have a ton of infantry just lying in wait. Well, I'm very surprised you aren't trying to push. Now, nice job putting a bunch of mines here to make sure they don't come through here anymore. But yeah, it's just a very big standstill. I'm actually surprised because when you have a larger force, you want to keep that pressure on. And right now, the Allies are not doing that. I'm not seeing a lot of... The Axis are attacking, but they have the smaller force. I mean, they're more desperate by far. But right now, it's, yeah, kind of curious in that angle. But it looks like that fuel is paying off. We have a Stug and a Panzer IV, along with a ton of extra resources on the Axis side. Even though the Allies have a bigger income. And it's all because of the supply drops. Stuka coming in, just annihilating a lot of Allied infantry. But the armors here, I guess just say hi. My assumption. They're just saying hello. Stuka Bomb, by the way, 18 kills. Not half bad. Panzer IV over here with the Stug. T-34 is coming around with a Sherman in the back. Oh my god, this might be epic. Sherman, what do you have? Okay, you actually have armor piercing rounds. T-34, one going in to help on the front, one going in on the flank. This might seem like a great strategy, but remember, we know there are pack guns. Sherman over there, T-34 coming in back with the Stug constantly trying to fire against those T-34s. Man, not a lot of front armor though. They lost 2 tanks. The question will be, can they kill the Panzer IV? Nope, bounce. Stug might get one last kill. The question is, can it actually get sight? Grenadiers going in to block the retreating T-34, but it looks like it's too late. Pack gun or possibly the Stug? I don't think it was a Stug. 3 kills. Hold on. 3 vehicles. Maybe it was. No, because this got a vehicle kill. Okay, it was either the Stug or the AT gun. I'm putting sights on the pack gun because I don't think the Stug could fire this way from its position, but that's me. Anyway, so nice job killing all the Allied armor. That was a big fuck. I like the idea, but if you're gonna hold that much firepower, you're gonna need to be consistent. Make sure the T-34 is there and active going down that front, and make sure that your flank kind of helps out. I know the T-34 is back here, but if you ram that... I know this may sound weird. You ram that sucker into the Stug. I actually don't mean it ram. I mean just get up on it. That would cause the guy to be like, oh shit, I have to move this thing. Looks like a close air support. Did a bit of damage overall. Hurt the infantry that's still not moving. And overall, the Axis are slowly gaining supremacy. Now, on the right-hand side, we have an issue. Remember those Terminators I talked to you about? Yeah, well, they just murdered that poor Volk squad. Unfortunately, though, Sporkman came in and did a little bit of damage. But, yeah, overall, those Terminators are doing a hell of a job. Once again, this guy's forgetting about the bunker, so he's going to have to retreat that unit. But, hey, I mean, you're going to forget stuff when you lose both armored units that you saved up for. Right now, you have an Su-85, which is, once again, an interesting choice. I know you're trying to hold, like, shoot him long range, but you... Oh, boy. I'm assuming you got that to knock out the bunkers and everything around. Also, Stuka is doing a hell of a job, and actually hitting targets. 30 kills total so far. What the hell is that Su-85 doing? Cervix strike coming in. That's... Oh, my God, are you serious? They don't... Oh, what? If you lose both Stukas. Lose... Oh, my God. They somehow lived. No, they're not moving! And I love this Panzer headquarters opening fire point blank on the Su-85. That's freaking hilarious. Well, for trying to get a target, but just blocked. Jackson now on the field, so they got tank destroyers, which is quite interesting, because right now they actually need something to fight the infantry, as their infantry are having some trouble. Why are you, like... Your infantry tactics are really off, Trek. I'm just pointing that out. I mean, Phoenix is doing a little bit better, but you have a ton of infantry that's just sitting there, not really moving, or just dying. We have a strafe coming in. Looks like they managed to kill the unit. Very nice. Again, it's still a machine gun from a plane opening fire infantry. It's not going to just suppress. It will do damage. Armor piercing rounds opening fire. We have a Stug moving up with an AT gun to back up the Jackson. Once again, maybe have this on target vehicles? Maybe? I could be crazy. Now, I get it. You're trying to knock out the building, but it's an AT gun. It's unless you have the artillery ability on the Soviet one, probably not going to do well. Oh my god, I can see that. I love the. Oh my. They're just all dead. They're just piled on top of each other. Hello there. How's it going? Oh boy. Panzer IV being surrounded by a ton of Soviet infantry. Unfortunately, he doesn't really have to worry. It's Panzer IV. And luckily, the mines over here seem to be doing pretty damn well, hurting the shock troops. And the conscripts are already... Like, they can throw an AT grenade, they're not going to cripple the tank, because it needs to be under 75% to actually hurt the engine. So shock troops are just going to capture the point, I assume. But oh, they won't even do that. And actually, it's kind of weird. Even with that, even if they would have captured it, it still wouldn't have decapped anything. They still would have actually held that territory because of this rear point. So once again, the Allies, early lead, kind of just fumbling it quite a bit. Just quite a bit. Stuka's opening fire. Will they actually hit? The blob over here is the question. My assumption, yes, because this guy's been pretty damn well with the Stukas. Once again, another excellent hit. Allies taking some heavy casualties all around. Losing quite a bit from artillery. And it's hilarious because they know where it is. It's all over here. And it's all, once again, I find something else funny. This thing was hurt by the demo a while ago, right? They've still not healed it. Shuck seems to be like, I can master the Stuka. Kind of. Okay, not kind of. He's actually doing pretty damn good with it. But everything else, he's just like, to. His buildings, kind of too close to my comfort. His units are kind of all grouped up. He's essentially the artillery guy. Chuck has become the artillery guy. I guarantee you he's probably going to build some heavy placement artillery later on. But yeah, support guns, you have Stukas. All you need is the heavy artillery pieces, and you got this. Trek, I am so befuddled. What are you doing? Like, what is your goal? What's your motivation? I'm just like a director, just like trying to get active. Like, all right. So what do you think your goal? What's your motivation in this scene? What are you trying to accomplish? And I'm just saying there. I'm just looking like, okay, now this is what you need to do. You need to win. You need to do better because right now I see a lot of armor coming your way, and yeah, that's gonna start wrecking you. Also, vehicle prioritization, please, for the love of God. At least the AT gun's remanned, so that should help him overcome the Axis armor. AT grenades? No? Su-85 also coming in. If they can actually get a kill, that would really help them out. Oh, AT gun's so close. Get the kill with the Jackson. Very nice. Panzer IV on full retreat, being like, I'm not dying today. No way. Pulling straight back. Jackson going after it. Su-85 slowly going after him because of the spotted scope. Jackson might be able to get one shot off, but the Panzer IV might just stay out of range. Yep, it's staying out of range, out of sight. Jackson just barely missing it. But Jackson's still going after it. Stuka's opening fire. Now Su-85 targeting the Stuka. Nice kill. Once again, Su-85 going a little too close for comfort. The plane going overhead, suppressing some of the infantry. Forget Woodford trying to reposition. Jackson now in the fight. Axe is freaking the fuck out if I had to put the assumption down. Nice Molotov cocktail in that region. Su-85 unfortunately lost its main guns. P-47 flying overhead, killing the Stuka. That's 2 Stukas. And now an Su-85 down. Unfortunately, you probably want to get the Jackson out. Also, once again, more Panzerfaust might be a good thing. Pack 40 most likely going to kill the Jackson. No, gets out of range, but alas, he would have to go up here. And there's another Grenadier squad, so most likely... No, Pack gun lost it. Panzer headquarters being lit up on by the S-285. We have another demo going off, and he might actually lose that unit. Oh boy, it's not looking good. So close to kill that headquarters building. Okay, allies are literally throwing everything they have at it, even grenades, which you can see didn't do all that great. If he could literally just turn that thing just a little bit, he could probably kill that headquarters, and that would probably really cripple the allies right now. Because again, if you lose the Axis right now, sorry. Oh, actually, both of them are crippled. Yep. And here's my rationale. Yes, the Axis have a Panther and about to kill the S-285. Congratulations. But the Allies still have a ton of fuel and resources left, so they can easily get Jackson to counteract that. Chuck just lost both his buildings. Cheen Try did lose his Stug and some infantry units, but overall he still has a decent army. But Chuck got demolished. He lost everything, which is why I say don't clump your stuff up, because that's kind of a bad idea. I get what he was trying to do with the headquarters building to kind of guard this point, but that didn't work. Right now, their best chance actually, yeah, Cheen Try's infantry. His grenadiers are vet 3 all around, actually getting quite a number of kills. So I would expect them to be able to hold the front until Chuck kind of rebuilds his army. If I had to assume, Chuck's probably going to get King Tiger, judging by the amount of fuel and resources he saved up. That should be actually pretty effective, because the Allies have been kind of... I mean, they killed the Stukas, but the Stukas also honestly should have ran once they realized, oh shit, there's nothing between us and the enemy armor. But that's me. We got also, and one also quick thing is these Terminators coming in. That, oh boy, if the tanks can help close the gap and Terminators charge and just start demolishing the German infantry, Chuck's infantry is GG. It's gone. There's nothing left. Now, the fact he is charging at all is kind of stupid, because we still know there are pack guns. Like, your armored units were tank destroyers. You didn't kill any of the packs. So, we have the pack here, and we have the pack here. You see a problem? Now, nice job throwing all AT grenades, but you may just want to send your infantry over there and not throw, once again, your Jackson. Because we know for a fact they have goddamn packs, or aka AT guns. Nice job with the shock troops trying to clear that up. And unfortunately, yeah, he did kind of lose the Panther from AT grenades. Zerg artillery's coming down, trying to help break up the Allied charge. Dude, retreat your forces before you lose everything. And, yeah, Trek's about to lose everything. God. I love how both sides are killing each other. Like, and I'm being honest, both sides have literally brought their armies down to ridiculously low levels for this late game. Like, usually it's like after a decisive battle, one team loses so much that it's just very difficult to overcome the loss difference, and you just lose the game. No, that's not this game at all. This game is both sides keep punching each other, and then they both go down, and it's like, wait, all right, another round, let's go. When they wake up, well, let's try this again. Right now, the advantage goes to the Axis, temporarily, with like big quotations right now, just because they got a king. That's pretty much the only reason. He has a king. If the Allies, actually, I mean, again, I feel like Phoenix and Cheen Try are like the better players, while Trek and Chuck are kind of like the lower tier. Even, which is hilarious, because Chuck is supposed to be this, you know, guy that's played this game for many, many more hours than Cheen Try, but whatever. Also, one thing I will say for them is actually a nice job holding mid. The Axis are doing a pretty damn good job of holding mid, which allowed the victory cap, and forcing the Allies to take that point. Although they could easily just send infantry over here, but you know that would be a different idea than charging mid, and apparently we can't do that. AT grenade plus an S-285 hit knocks the engine out, well, at least mostly out. S-285 still trying to get some hits, but remember, we still have the pack and Panzer IV. Panzer IV will most likely pull back, but we still have the goddamn pack. So with that pack there, most likely the Allies will be unable to charge. actually kind of really surprised Phoenix doesn't bring in even a Katusha. Like, you figure a Katusha against all this would be extremely effective. Like, it would help bust and destroy all this. But no, we're not seeing that. We're just seeing the allies being hit over and over again with artillery, but they have the abilities to follow up, and they're not doing that. And I'm trying to see their strategy or their gameplay, but it seems to be Trek is just sending in random stuff. Phoenix actually is getting some good hits. I'll give him that. His Su-85s, he's definitely going a little bit too balls deep with them, in my opinion. But overall, he's trying, and he's actually getting kills. So I can respect that. I just don't see how this amounts to a long-term effective strategy against the Allies. Or the Axis. God damn, I keep switching it up. Oh, look, the pack. I love that Jackson, by the way, trying the infantry. It's just, it's the saddest thing. It's like, you won't do it. You're not going to kill it, but he keeps trying. But unlike Genos or Goku or someone trying to hit that next marker and doing everything they can to hit it, Subaru, Al from Fullmetal, like the person trying to accomplish their goal and knowing if they just keep going, they'll do it. They can get there. This scenario, no. Just no. Su-85 trying to get some hits, but King Tiger rolling right on up. But Su-85 still taking that advantage to keep hitting them. I love this. I love this King Tiger. It's like, yeah, let's charge the Allies. Do we have recon or support? No. He's going to lose this, by the way. Oh, it's so close. Oh, he's so close. Kill it. Just kill it. Kill it. Oh, it bounced. Come on, Su-85. Jackson actually gets the kill. And yeah, that's why you don't send in a King Tiger without infantry support. I don't know. Seems like a crazy thing, but that's just me. Anyway, artillery coming in to kill the pack. Wow, nice job. And yeah, allies now coming back slowly but surely. If, you know, they could actually capture some territory, that would be great. Looks like Trek is just sending some random stuff to go capture stuff. Not a bad idea. He has 3 AT guns, though, which might be a little overkill. But hey, he's at least guarding all of his territory. Now, the question is, can he actually keep his armored unit, which we know he's going to get alive. Stuka's coming down, knocking out the mortar. Very nice hit. But, like I said, Gene Tri, definitely out of a lot of forces. And, yeah, Chuck, not much either in terms of frontline combat. Trek doesn't, but Uranium still has all frontline infantry and very good frontline infantry. He just doesn't really have anything else. If he can actually get some kills, that'll be good. Once again, nice strafing run to suppress the infantry, allow some relief to come in to help those Volk squads escape. But Volk squads, 5 stars, very nice. At least you're keeping 1 unit alive, Chuck. At least you're keeping 1 unit alive. Now, Trek, after 38 minutes, decides, oh yeah, there's the point over here. Let's just cap it. Great move. Great move. I would actually mine it up just to annoy the enemy. Because even though they have minesweepers, still, there's very low likelihood that if you place it here, that guy would actually see them and respond. For those who are like, oh, Greyshot, you can just get minesweepers. That is effective if you're good and you're watching over your units, but if you just have it kind of just, again, constantly healing your base or something, that minesweeper is on the front line, so mines are still effective. It's, oh, what is it? I'm trying to think of something like military related. It's like the convoy system. You could use the convoy system, but that means that you have to use the convoy system. And it may sound stupid, but in World War I, there were generals that like convoys. That's stupid. That's so stupid. And then literally they did it and they realized, oh shit, the Germans can't hit our boats anymore if we go convoys. It makes it very, very difficult. Like we're protecting it like a herd of... It's like a herd of sheep or cattle that rangers have, and you have dogs that kind of guard them and kind of lead them on the way, instead of just sending them out in the open field and scatterbrain them with also scatterbrain the dogs. And then a wolf comes in, it's like, oh look, there's a free cattle, and to maybe run into the sheepdog that's supposed to protect it, you know, just point it out there. Oh, Panzer Grenadiers trying to hold, but those Terminators, man, just come in and just pushing them back. How many kills do you have? 21, not bad. Not bad. You have 14. Shock troops only have 4. Huh? And still vet 4. Sturm Tiger. One day you'll get the veterancy boost that you need. One day. But in any capacity. Shock troops coming in, try to help out, capture mid. Folks, squad, we do have a number of support guns over here. Again, opening fire, and once again, 3 Verkeinwerfers with the 3 AT guns. Again, they're ready for the enemy armor, I guess. Panzerwerfer now. Opening fire. Actually doing quite a number on those conscripts. Good job. Stuka coming in, unfortunately not getting a ton of hits. But shock troops coming in, knock out that Volk squad. Almost managed to kill the unit. Can we kill it? Nope. But now, that guy can roll in, and now we can show the enemy, hey, or the allies, there is literally nothing here stopping you from rolling on up with your infantry. Nothing whatsoever. There's nothing here that is extremely potent against infantry. I get there's Panther, it doesn't have an MG. Grenade kind of failed. This is where you need a Katusha. Again, Katusha, pretty good. Because you could use it and open fire along these positions. Just saying. And once again, you have enough fuel. And you're pretty, I mean, just like wait a turn and a half on manpower and you'll be fine. But yeah, the Katusha would pretty much annihilate all of them. Artillery coming down. Managed to do absolutely nothing. But hey, it's trying. It's trying. Terminator's coming back in. But alas, support guns also opening fire on mid. I love it's just a battle for mid. There's a freaking line of just OKW support weaponry. And I'm just like, that would be such a great Stuka target. You could literally hit them all in a row. Meanwhile, we got Sheen trying to move up with Panzer Grenadiers and the 3-star Grenadier squad. Nice job retreating that in the nick of time. Unfortunately, the MG42 does great medium to long range, so it can be more effective for against conscripts until they get close. And while it's still damn effective, the PPSHs gain effectiveness close to range. So they have to kind of sneak attack to be very powerful with the most health possible. Once again, we have a lot of AT right now. Not a lot of anti-infantry. Kind of good if they had something like that, whether it was an MG or, I don't know, something. We do have an MG up here guarding, stop those Grenadiers from taking the points. We have a push on the left, knock out the AT gun, and yeah, nothing really to stop that infantry. So, congratulations on that front. Way to go! Oh my god, those poor suckers. If only they were equipped with bars and bazookas and actually, you know, designed to fight that infantry, they might have had a chance. But right now, remember when the American player had like 4 or 5 rifleman squads with all that stuff? Yeah, he's essentially thrown that out the door. Remember he had like multiple squads of paratroopers? Well, he's thrown that away. I can't believe I'm saying this. I see literally a perfect Katusha target, and this guy will not get a goddamn Katusha. I don't understand. I really don't. The Germans are like, we're just gonna go all artillery, except for of course one Panther. By the way, I'm assuming Chuck is saving up for another King Tiger, which would kind of be a bad move, honestly. Right now, he kind of needs more infantry. And I would get almost a Dotton, Volk squad, something else. Also, the fact that that Stuka got so damn close, it is insane. But we have an airstrike coming in. So let's see if it does anything. Hurts pretty much all of them, but doesn't really do any major damage. Doesn't kill any squads, just brings down their overall health. Su-85 is pushing on up. Remember the Verketenwerfer line that's there? Yeah, they're all going to open fire on that Su-85 and push that thing back. Panther just lying way on the right, but Jackson going after it because all the Verketenwerfers are looking down this way instead of one over here. And once again, why I don't like grouping stuff up. Jackson gets the kill on the Panther, comes around, can he get the kill on the Stuka? I love this pack as well. Oh, wow, misses it by hitting a piece of shrapnel. Stuka doing the smart move, playing chicken with the Jackson, trying to go back and forth behind the forest. I love that Jack started backing up. Like, are you going to move? Wow, Storm Big Strike finally came in. Did a lot, and now the Stuka's gone, and the Jackson's pulling away too. And with all those AT guns gone, oh boy. Sherman can now roll up. Please tell me you have explosive rounds. And you're changing it. Okay, at least you're changing. Chuck is, well, down all of his support equipment, so that was a slaughter. Oh boy. That was a armor-piercing rounds, I'll give you that. You're at least trying to hurt the tank. And it will hurt the tank slightly. Not incredible, but as you can see, it is doing something to the tank. And that should allow the Verketenwerfer to get a final shot in and kill it. So not bad. Paratroopers capturing points, or at least you're taking this advantage while the Germans are kind of preoccupied in mid to capture that territory. If you can't capture in mid, do it somewhere else. Oh boy. Grenade. Oh, not too bad. Oh boy, we have something over here. Paratroopers being stopped by a bunch of Grenadier squads. Once again, Chinshirai doing a damn good job at least having something. We have a strafing run coming in, which should delay some of those conscripts, but alas, some of them made it through by oorahing. And now seems to be just annihilating all these Volk squads. Stuka, retreat for the love of God. You are very lucky. That Verketenwerfer, no. That pack? I think it's the pack. No, it's not the pack, 'cause I think I already had the kill. Maybe it was recruit. Whatever. You're very lucky that thing is not dead. Whenever it was shooting at it. AT grenade? Come on, AT grenade. Give me an AT grenade, or just decap the point. Please just, no, this! Alright, that's fine. Throw fire on this one. Knocking out the pack would at least be an accomplishment, or decapping that territory. I guess we don't want to do either. But once again, we have two players with now no army. That being Chuck, who is deciding to say fuck it to the King Tiger and finally get some infantry. Not a bad idea because all your infantry just died. And well, I would say Uranium, who lost all this armor, but at least he has the infantry to back it up. Though I will say this, why are you getting so many shock troop squads when you can get also a heavy mortar? I get it, they have Stukas, but okay, then let's think about a Katusha. You have 360 fuel. The enemy essentially, and you can use, wait, does this guy even have a major? He does not, never mind. You figure you want something. Once again, the Germans take this point. And I don't know how long this point's been decapped, but goddamn allies, you want to go capture that? The reason why I also want to point out the shock troops is also the shock troops are very expensive. So having 3 squads is a manpower drain. They are extremely potent, as you can see with that poor Panzer Grenadier squad that just walked into that. But, yeah. Could be better. Sporkan's still opening fire. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, what? No, howitzers. What am I saying? I was like, wait, I caught myself. Howitzers, my god. Opening fire. Unfortunately, not necessarily getting a ton of good hits. It's versing 3-star infantry, which have pretty good survival chances against those things compared to a low-level squad. But hell, I've seen my units get killed by a recruit heavy mortar, so it's just a matter of time. Eventually, your luck runs out, and the plane will kill your tank. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I have a flashback to my IS-2 getting KO'd by the planes before they literally debuffed it? Yes, I did. Because that was my luck at the time. Anyway. The closer they get to the howitzers, I'm assuming the more likely they are to be hit by them. But we'll see. Shock troops now coming in force. Uranium, I'm assuming you're going to get an armored unit of some type. That might be effective. Anyway, looks like Chuck is doing actually the smart thing and just recapping all of the stuff he has over here instead of trying to buy new stuff. If the equipment's there, why buy new? Just use the old stuff. It's so good. Just repair it. And that statement can be said about a lot of things. Jackson opening fire on the Panther, but lo and behold, this guy's for Kenworth again, but alas, it kind of misses the target. Jackson, though, not missing from pretty damn long range. Panther, like, please, Brumbar, just move. Volk squad's moving in. We have lots of fire going down, burning up that shock troop squad, but manages to live. Terminator's and Rifleman, well, he actually has Rifleman, congratulations. Pushing up. Volk squads, though, on recruit. Although equipped with SG-44s, which allow them to go toe-toe. Molotov cocktail going out, decreasing their health. And conscript squads winning the engagement. Wow, good job, conscripts. Almost killing those Volk squads, honestly. Jackson still holding that front. And overall, the Allies still doing pretty damn well, though I still wish somebody would grab this point, as it's literally bugging the hell out of me. Alright, Trek, this would also be a good time to upgrade your men with bars, you know, to help against enemy forces, but that's me. Chuck has a ton of infantry now with a lot of support equipment that he kind of just picked up. I'm assuming he'll probably pick up a few more and just recruit it, but we'll see. Meanwhile, we can also try, and he has the Brumbar and Panther, though, again, we can see that he's taken definitely some hits with his infantry. He still has a ton of vetted stuff, so they should be able to keep holding their own for the time being. Trek has a full army again. Congratulations, and exterminated Jackson. Can't wait to see how it all dies again. While Uranium's once again going to the Su-85. I just keep thinking to myself, Katyusha. It's like GT's voice in my head. Just like forgetting it. Or better case, getting the B4. I see a, quite a number of good targets for a B4. But yeah, if they keep grouping up, the Katyusha would break them up. That's what I feel like. The Germans keep holding on to this one hard point. And it's like, well, we have the tools to get rid of that, but we're not going to use them. Now, at least the tank destroyer-wise, you guys have been getting better. That first engagement, I'm like, oh god, if this is their armor play the entire game, this is not going to go well. But, on the positive note, actually it's not. They've actually been doing a pretty damn good job at, after that initial failure. They've learned, like Hazarine Pass, how to engage the enemy and do pretty damn well. Now, the question is, can they kill the Jackson? Or the Jackson, can the Jackson kill the Panther? And the answer is yes! Nope, actually I take it back. Su-85 steals the kill. Just like America's like, yeah, of course, but we by ourselves won the war, says some people who have never opened a history book. Well, it's also foolish to think that we could have opened a second front in 1942, what the Soviets wanted, because again, the Germans at that time still had a pretty damn full industry, and technically we had a two-front war of our own, so you just had one front, Mr. Soviet. You didn't have to fight the Japanese on your side. We had to fight both the Japanese and the Germans. Which also throws in the question why the hell the Japanese didn't try to, I don't know, hit the Soviets at all. Because, once again, that industry, that trade that they got in 41, kind of helped them out. For those who don't know, they got a lot of Lend-Lease from America during that time. Which I believe there was the Lend-Lease doctrine is actually based on a company that was stationed in Moscow to help protect it. Nice Sturmvik strike that hurt some of the infantry. But yeah, there were hundreds of thousands of Soviet troops lying in wait, waiting for the Japanese. Which, by the way, of course they're going to have troops guarding against a potential enemy. So before you say, oh, well, Greyshot, the Japanese would not have known that. Yes, the Japanese knew about those forces. But the problem is the Japanese were like, hey, let's sign a non-aggression, or like their own non-aggression pact with Russia. And that fucked up majorly because that Russia's like, cool, let's move all the troops via trains over to Moscow because we could use them. So while the Germans are literally approaching the city, all these fresh veteran forces ready to fight Japanese pop in to defend Moscow and help defend the city. If that didn't happen, Moscow probably would have fell. Because therefore Russia would have been kind of preoccupied with a two-front war, and the supply lines they kind of used to come into would have been hampered by raiders of Japan. Japan would have probably taken all the Russian ports along that entire coastline, as many as they could, if a war were to occur. Because again, Navy-wise, Russia not so much on that front. But hey. That's hindsight for you. There's all sorts of interesting things in hindsight. You could be like, oh yeah, that's stupid. Oh well, yeah, duh. Because you have hindsight. You have 20/20 vision. Back then, it's like 10/30 vision. It's not great. It's your grandfather with reading glasses. He's trying. He's trying, but sometimes you get some clarity in there. Sometimes, not always. Anyway, another strafing around, holding back the Allies from capturing a point. Grenadiers desperately trying to capture that territory and hold to their own. It's actually pretty damn close with territory grabs. I will once again stay on mark. I can't believe they haven't captured this territory. And I will drop it there. We have another Panther coming out. Chuck has his King Tiger, so congratulations, Chuck. Nice job. You finally got that King back out. Allies taking some hits, unfortunately. But they still have a decent amount of armor if they can get repaired as well with the S-55 to take out that King. If they can just overwhelmingly just lured into a trap, which it seems like the King Tiger is just so politely falling into again. I can just, yes, move that biggest thing in front of everyone without infantry guarding it. Yeah, keep doing that. Keep doing that. Oh, he's putting a S minefield down, the block infantry. Very smart. I love this. Jackson trying to open fire. Yes, keep firing the AP rounds at those Grenadier squads. We'll kill it. And then, of course, the guy that's actually driving the thing is like, you idiots, it's not gonna work. And the two guys are like, he's saying it's gonna work. Keep loading the gun. Wait, he fired 4 shells and the Sherman did more? Stuka, not so much. But right now the Allies need to kind of do that come around awesome like hit again. But with the amount of German forces there, it's probably not going to happen. Unlike other times where the Germans are deficient in some area, this time it looks like they're pretty good all around, where the Allies don't exactly have much to spare. A large assault also could throw them in risk, though P-47s would be nice around this time. And P-47s would be nice around this time. No. No American player, you don't want to call in on the Tiger currently charging ahead of everyone else. Oh. And the guy shouts, now you call it in. Go around. P-47 very effective, but how effective would that have been with all that armor if that was called in with like all that stuff closer up and more clustered? That would have been so much more effective. I love this tree kind of freaking out on the point. That's great. MG moving up to hold the guard against enemy fire. If they can just get some shots on that thing's rear, that would be also very potent. But again, we have a pack gun here, so the tank destroyer is going to have some issues. Once again, this guy has not built a single Katyusha this entire game. And that probably would have helped them GG the game. Once again, 2020 hindsight, but still as a Soviet player, the Katyusha is pretty damn effective. And when you're versing Panzerwerfers and Stukas, maybe the constant artillery will get you the idea to use artillery. Brumbar opening fire. Doing quite a bit to the shock troops. pushing those Grenadier squads back. But those Grenadiers are walking over, you know, an allied minefield where the the Soviets are about to walk into a German minefield and get blown. Oh no, actually they were grenaded and kind of blew one of them up, but there's still like, I think 4 or 5 more mined areas, so good luck. I should probably say so, like a German ally minefield as well, kind of point out. I don't mean the actual allies, I mean a German ally. It kind of gets annoying. His German ally. Oh, no, not the allies. Anyway, Brumbar coming up because it's like, hey, I can kill all this stuff up here without any repercussions. And now the tank destroyers are like, no, you can't do that. Also, I find it hilarious this guy doesn't decrew his tank to heal. He wants to get rear echelons to heal it. That's kind of annoying me. He also has Shermans. I get it, he wants to start the infantry, but right now, Big Papa is kind of the thing you have to worry about. That thing will pretty much annihilate a lot of forces in front of you, so we'll see what happens. We shall see. S-285 kind of moving over for a flank. I'm not entirely sure what it's trying to do. Brumbar getting a devastating hit on there, and a strafing run kind of helps to just dig that knife a little deeper. Shock troops coming around. Hopefully they can take out, or just ignore the Grenadier squad, as the Grenadier squad just takes the point. Sure, why not? Also, Sherman's just charging in against a pack and a King Tiger. I feel like this isn't going to work. I'm just getting that feeling, guys. I don't know. It's just a feeling. Now, the Sternberg Strike actually did quite a number on that. But, oh boy, you need that flank to come in right about now. Or actually, like, not even now. Like, 2 minutes ago. Nonetheless, once again, the Allies just built up the Axis. They're now this way more powerful force. You had the chance to beat them, or at least keep hitting them. But alas, no. I will once again, even though I said I wouldn't, point out that this point has not been captured for like 30 minutes. The Allies have some good ideas, but the Germans are just easily clobbering them. Oh look, let's send a tank destroyer once again to fight the infantry. Guys, I wonder how that's gonna go. This is pretty much a good idea of what's going on in this game. It's just like, yeah. Either using tools against other things that are really, it shouldn't be used, or just not using tools that you have altogether. Because I see Chuck, and I'm like, so, Chuck, you built a bunker, alright, and you used during artillery once. Have you built a Pack 43? No. Have you built the heavy artillery? No. Okay, so if you haven't used the field artillery, the Pack 43, or any of the tank traps or anything, what have you done this game with this doctrine? Not much. Compare that with Chintrai, who has literally called in pretty much every strike like 12 times, if not like a great number indeed, and just destroyed the enemy forces, whether suppressing them, doing a nice strafe, doing a nice Stuka bomb, enemy recon, allied support. He's been very proactive with his doctrine, which is why I kind of see that and compare that to the enemy. Like, Uranium and Trek have done decent jobs with theirs. I'd say Uranium is better than Trek with how they've been using it. But still, it's like, if I had to say, like, the two people that were doing the best with their doctrines, it's Phoenix and Chintrai. I don't know why Trek picked this if he's not going to go paratroopers. He kept changing that up, and he keeps making them get killed. And then flip that with Chuck, who, I don't even know why you're picking this if you're not building artillery, or trying to use your artillery that effectively, or any of those. That's just me. Once again, you leave the point to go fight a Brumbar with a gun. I hate to break it to you, it's not going to work. The good news is you did cut off some territory, so somehow good job, I think. Paratroopers coming down this point, which is a stupid move because the Volk squads will open fire on them as they fall. Guess what? There's no Geneva Convention. They're very weak when they're falling from the sky and there's a guy there. They can be lit upon. was it Geneva? There's a Geneva Convention rule that you can't shoot paratroopers coming down. You have to wait for them to touch the ground, and then you can shoot them. I find that kind of funny, because I don't know what kind of person would be like, well, yeah, let's wait for them to have a chance to kill me, which is the idea. But it's like, boom. Yeah, he was definitely on the ground, actually 10 feet up. I've been hit. I've been, unfortunately, at the end of that stick with PUBG. I'm like, I'll come down, wait a little too long, guys on the ground with a machine gun, and I get mowed down. My luck. MG being pushed back by fire grenades. So, hey, he's adapting. Remember, we wouldn't throw the fire grenade on MG? During the hour, we see a little bit of character development. It's there. But the Axis is pretty much now broken through on all points, pushing the Allies back. And, yeah, things are not going well for the Allies. At all. Really. It's just not going well. But what can I say overall? So to finish this game off, I'm going to point this. Trek, pick something and use it effectively, for dear lord. And you actually use that unit for what you actually want to use it for. Because you keep using stuff that's good for some stuff, but not good against others repeatedly, and it's not being effective at all. Uranium, really good Soviet player, but dear God, someone let him know, whether it's a postage stamp or something, that the Soviets have a thing called a Katyusha, and they can use it. Chuck, oh my God, you've lost so many units, it's insane. Be lucky that that stuff wasn't, like, destroyed. Otherwise, you would have probably lost your army. You probably have half an army because it would have cost you to get more units. But, and you could have used your doctrine better. And your Stukas sucked. And your building placement kind of sucked a little bit. And, yeah, your unit management sucks. Overall, you're, oh, at the bare minimum, okay. But, dear Lord, man, keep your units alive. That's what I'd have to say. And Chintry, really good job overall. Because, again, at least you are keeping your units alive. 43 kills on that Grenadier Squad, 30 respectively. So he's doing actually the most, he's doing the best job here with what he has. Still, I think his, some unit coordination and maneuvers could be better. I feel like some of the Panthers did die from overextension and could have had a little bit more support. I don't necessarily blame him because he's, again, calling in a lot of that stuff and he's doing what he can. He has a really bad ally who lost like 5 Stukas because of stupid strikes. So I'll give you that. He's easily the best player. He's a good player. I can see some areas of improvement, but overall, at least I can say he's a very good, if not very good player. Because again, his unit preservation is really good. He's keeping a nice, well-rounded army with Stugs and everything. So I can't say that he's a bad player whatsoever compared to this American player who, yeah. Or Chuck. Oh, God. That being said, he did lose a lot. And he lost probably a lot of conscripts, stuff like that. But, oh boy. Yeah. Just, yeah. Just gonna leave it there on that one. Actually, yeah, the Soviets have a better KD than the American player. Hell, the Soviets have more damage done than the American player. 70,000, almost 69,000 compared to 40,000. And yeah, they're at what, 65, 63% KD ratio, where this one's like a 60% KD, I want to say. Yeah, could be better. Anyway, let's get to the Axis. So we got Chintry with most damage. We got a ton of kills and a positive KD. Still a positive KD for Chuck. He did lose a lot, but you can see Chintry was the person capturing more territory. Chuck was kind of the more behind-the-scenes guy. He didn't lose as much as I thought he did. He actually got more kills than I thought. But, again, I would say, Chuck, that you still need to improve yourself. But overall, this 2v2 in Spock wasn't too bad. Not the worst I've seen, but overall, I could definitely see some benefits that could be used with some training on some of these guys. Again, using more tools that you have available against the enemy would be better, and making sure your units stay alive. Make sure that, again, you have an area to pull out on. If you know there's an area in which the enemy's coming in on that your very prized unit's still in, get it the fuck out, because you don't want to lose it. But that's me. In any case, guys, it's been Greyshot17. Let's replay. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys send in your replays and like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. This has been Greyshot17, and I'll see you all next time. Before this video ends, I want to once again give a shout out to special Patreon supporters Ace, Sean, Carter, Leo, Tim, and Nick. Thank you guys so much for your awesome support. You guys can support me as well by hitting that like and subscribe button. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time.